That's live. All right, now you want to do the morning crypto show too?
That's the one that you should have done in the first place.
Okay. We're starting. Technically. You ready?
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right. So what are we supposed to be looking into today?
I don't know. You're the one starting.
Mm-hmm. So this whole Shiba boom right now.
You want to like introduce yourself? Wait a second. We're still in the pre-production phase of it.
It's not live yet.
I'm live. 10, 28, 21. Crypto. All right. That's crazy fast. Start screen. And go live. We are live now and everything.
Everything. Perfect. So what do you think about this whole Shiba boom?
Let's try to figure it out. I feel like the meme coins are taking over. I feel like whoever was holding ETH in Bitcoin from 2018, they're starting to dump into Shiba right now. Shiba right now is just the dumpster that everybody's putting their cash into because it's making money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
Well, I mean, Coinbase is. It was at the highest trading volume, I believe, yesterday for the last couple of days. It was like number one trading volume on Coinbase.
Shiba and Doge is up 23% right now. Shiba is up 14%. Shiba just hit his all-time high yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, it keeps hitting all-time highs. Like it's retracing a little bit right now. I'm not really sure if that's even going to
I think we're getting close to the final leg. Okay, Don, so what I think is going to happen right now is that we are going to be getting into our final leg. We are now at the biggest push. Bitcoin is going to hit its all-time high of this push in the next month or two. That's how I feel. Just judging from where we're at. I could bring it up and be a little bit more exact about it, but that's how I feel. We get all this video games. You got me to stop playing video games. Good. Congratulations.
Right. That's funny.
That is funny. That's why I'm into crypto. You know, there's a special type of person that rather play video games than to talk about money right now.
That's funny. Yeah.
All right. So I got the chart up. I'll present it to you. Do you want me to take over visually?
No. So I'm not presenting now. So here, the money is definitely being dumped into crypto right now. But I honestly I'm not sure if it's the Bitcoin money, because Bitcoin is on the rise as well. I really think it's the market. It's traditional markets, because guess what? As we all know, when that last boom happened, what happened to the markets? The market stalled. And we can see that happening over.
You're saying because it went back down to price?
No, the market stalled. There's no growth. The traditional market, fiat, forex, fiat capital or currency, all that trading volume is stalled. Gold is all stalled.
Yeah, it reversed. If you look at the market cap went to a high market cap to a lower market cap around that time.
Yeah.
It was
so I'm talking about like NASDAQ, right? Like the stock market.
Right.
So you can see everyone's talking about, oh, the market is about to crash. The market is about to crash. The market is about to crash. It's just money is being moved from the traditional market.
Market's only going to crash if you are investing recently. If you invested recently, then the market's crashing to you. If you invested recently, like within the last couple months, then the floor is about to fall on you and you don't know where it's going to stop. if
Right,
you
right,
invested
right.
recently. But if
Because
you invested,
everyone was investing at all-time highs, all-time highs,
yeah,
all-time
yeah.
highs.
But if you've been invested for 5 years, there's no bottom for you.
Right.
There's no bottom. You're going to be up 100, 200% because you're already there. You can't lose.
Yep.
You
So
can't
yeah,
lose.
that's a good point. The but if you look at the markets today, you'll see that there's a lot of fear in the traditional market now because all that money is being put someplace else, and that money is being put in crypto, which is fueling the growth right now. That's my personal analysis of why we're booming right now. And also there's some things that's happening because we had Elon come out and say that he only holds Bitcoin, Ether, and Doge. There was a slight panic. I don't know if you saw that news. He posted on Twitter that like somebody asked him what he holds. He was like, I hold, like, out of a joke or out of curiosity, I bought BTC, Ether, and Doge. And he didn't mention Shiba Inu, but all the entire Shiba army thought like he must be holding some Shiba.
No. I think that he just supports it. I think that he bought a little bit of Doge, and then he just supports what Shiba is. So Shiba is like almost, he takes like, I feel like he has a pride in Shiba existing. Like he knows that he has something to do with it. So therefore he's like cool with Shiba. Cause he like from like an ego perspective, he feels like he accomplished certain things with that.
Yeah. So I mean, a little bit of Doge. I think Elon has a massive amount of Doge.
I don't think so.
I think he has a massive amount of Doge. That's what the speculation is.
If he has a massive amount of Doge, that's great for Doge.
Yeah,
that's great for the coin because he's not gonna panic sell. Like he's one of the richest people.
He stated that he's holding Dogecoin.
He
said he's holding.
He is one of the richest people on the planet right now. I think he is the richest person on the planet.
Now I think he's the richest by a lot.
Well, he just passed. I think what he made 2 days ago in one day was more. Like if he went from zero to that amount of money, he would have cracked the top 100 earners in like the top 100 richest, wealthiest people in the world just from that one day of making money. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? He made, what is a person who's worth $46 billion today? Like you would be trending on the top of the earners, like the top of the wealth accumulators in the world.
Right.
And he just made that in one day.
Yep. What is he at? Like 270, 280 right now?
Give me 1 second. I probably have to take this call. Hello? Yes.
Yeah, so
I have to give you a call right back. Oh, bye. See that? That's how you do it.
All right, so Jeff Bezos is number 2, and he ain't even break 200 billion yet. Elon Musk is
Elon Musk made he didn't break 200 billion. Elon Musk made $46 billion in one day. He made a third of what Jeff Bezos is worth in one day.
Yep.
Elon's going to be a trillionaire soon.
Made a fourth, yeah.
He's going to be a trillionaire soon. Very soon.
Yeah,
you can't stop him.
Is that like
you can't stop him.
He's going to be a trillionaire.
And I like it. Or he's going to be dead.
Most likely based on his crypto holdings.
Or he's going to be dead because they're going to have to kill him. Because there's only two options. He is out earning everybody.
But so that's the thing, right? That's the thing. His wealth is not based on his actual company's wealth. Right? It's his stock holdings. That's pretty much what it is. Like when you look at what Tesla, let me see, Tesla revenue 2020. $11 billion in revenue. Nope. Hold on. Because even during the pandemic, Tesla was still flying through the sales was flying through the roof. All right, so Tesla had only $700 million in net income. In net income, Tesla had $700 million in net income. And SpaceX, I don't even think SpaceX isn't even profitable yet. So we gotta consider, like, where are these people making all their money? Why is he worth $200 billion? It's not because he's a great entrepreneur and his company is profiting $200 billion. It's literally people are speculating so much on the stock price that his holding, the company is worth 200. His stock is worth $200 billion or $270 billion. That's crazy. Right? You think of a small business, right? A small business person, they run a restaurant. Let's say they're generating $1 million in revenue, or $1 million in profit annually that they put in their pocket. They are worth $1 million annually, right? Maybe $3 million or whatever multiple they want to add to it. But it's truly based on revenue or profit that you put in your pocket. Elon Musk worth $270 billion on paper. But in reality, his companies might be profiting a couple $1 billion. That's a totally different thing.
Right.
That's a totally different way of valuing someone's net worth. It's not because they're the most amazing entrepreneur. It's just he has in his company, like that's the reality of it. I mean, $20 billion. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Let me see.
Expletive
market.
That's so funny.
Yeah. The market. What's the Tesla market cap? Tesla's market cap is $1.6 trillion. They made $31 billion in revenue. They made $31 billion in revenue, right? And made $700 billion in profit. By any means, any stretch of the imagination, that's a shitty company, fundamentally shitty company, right?
Okay.
Your profit margin is like 2%. Like that's 2%. Nobody can survive off 2%, right? Let me see, 31 billion.
Yeah, he's gonna hold all his crypto. I
wonder if he said he's gonna hold everything.
I wonder if Biden tries to attack his crypto holdings. I think Biden. Okay, so remember we had Trump, and Trump was interesting. I think Biden is. I didn't vote for Biden. I did not vote for Biden, and I didn't know why I didn't vote for Biden. I just felt uncomfortable about it, and I didn't want to vote for Trump. But if I could go back, I would vote for Trump. I don't like this Biden administration at all.
Hands down.
I think
I wouldn't vote for Trump.
I think Trump was doing way better. I think Trump's anti-China rhetoric. I don't think Trump would have did the mask mandates and all that stuff, and I don't think Trump would have be going after crypto and stuff like that. But I think Biden is going to go against crypto. I don't think he's for it.
Well, okay, so the crypto thing has been, it was that first year people were still talking about regulating crypto. Like the government been talking about regulating crypto. I mean, under Obama, under the first term of Trump, that's not uniquely Biden, right?
I think the way that Biden's handling things, it feels very totalitarian.
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, I think one of the things we
the most passive aggressive. I feel like I got ninja sweep kicked, but I saw it coming from like a mile away. Like this guy's, he texted me, "Hey, where you at? What's your location?" I'm practicing on my sweep kicks. I'm gonna sweep kick you in a second. So now I'm gonna run towards you. I'm gonna live chat. I'm gonna live video my cell phone of me running towards you to sweep kick you. I feel like I'm going to get knocked down hard because of this administration. And I've never felt that way. I hated Trump. I just hated what he was like the day in and day out, Trump this, Trump that. And now I'm scared. I wasn't really scared of Trump. I was just annoyed. I'm scared of what Biden.
Biden. I mean, first off, right? Like, even if they try,
they're trying.
Even they've been trying for a long time. The reason why
I'm not worried about the crypto thing. I think that if there was going to be a president to really knock it down and try to, I think that I'm getting less lefty the longer Biden's in office. Like, the longer Biden's in the office, the more less lefty. We've never really saw extreme left. We just got extreme right.
I don't know. Like,
Who was extreme left?
I wouldn't even call Biden the left. That's what the right is calling Biden. Is left.
Yeah, he's something
Biden
else.
Is moderate as hell.
I don't know what that means.
Middle of the road.
I don't think he's middle of the road.
Oh,
I think no. That whole trans movement thing, I think that's not middle of the road. And that's scary.
Would you say Obama was moderate?
I would say Obama made me feel more Democrat-y. I felt more left. I felt more left. So, I felt like I was a Democrat. I felt like Obama was a Democrat.
Yeah. So here's.
And then as a Democrat, I don't think Obama would have been like, "Oh, let's be crazy about taxing the rich and all that stuff."
But there was.
Yeah, the rich have. Okay.
Taxing the rich has been a part of Democratic rhetoric for the last.
Yeah, but I think taxing the rich,
taxing the rich, taxing the ultra wealthy has been a part of the Democratic rhetoric for a very long time.
And the reason why the ultra wealthy get ultra wealthy is because they're undertaxed at that point. Like, they're making.
I don't think so.
No. Okay, so me and you. You have $100. No, Don. You have $100, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got $10,000. My bills at $10,000, or where my bills are at with my $10,000, is so low that I can invest my money more wiser than you and make profit. So let's say the stock market goes up 20%, and I put in $9,000. You don't even have $9,000 to put in. It's impossible for you to capitalize off of certain movements where I could literally double and triple up, but I'm already a horse race ahead of you.
I could just buy options.
You could just whatever, but you only have $100 in the bank, Don. And we're talking about people. So the ultra rich are able to like move forward so fast because of their amount of wealth that they have that they could play with. Like you were saying, we were talking about Shiba earlier, and you were like, yeah, I put a little bit in here and I was playing with my little bit of holdings. And it's because you had the abundance of money to be able to put it into a position to lose. Where somebody with $100.
That has nothing to do with.
You're talking about how does the ultra rich stay ultra rich? No, they're moving. They're moving on a different. They're having a supercar. Like, they're literally driving as fast as they can away from you.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with taxes. Even if
now let's take taxes into consideration. If you're taxed heavier, you're gonna have to drive slower. You can't now pass me.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No.
I mean, I don't feel that way.
Because the rich already pays taxes, tons of taxes.
Yes, tons of taxes.
In fact, taxing the rich heavier will make them move faster. Because why? Because in the way to avoid income tax, personal income tax, is to continually invest as much as you possibly can.
Right. They're just gonna go. They're just gonna go into investing harder, which is smart because they have the abundance of capital to do.
Yes, so they'll just take out exactly what they need for living expenses, right? They'll take out the minimum of what they need, and they'll just go full speed ahead.
I guess that's the reason why I don't own an office building. It's not that I can't own an office building. I don't own an office building because it's astronomical for an individual to say, I want to have a building with 13 floors and 40 rooms per floor.
Yeah. You know who owns that building? Some fucking hedge fund.
Right. It's going to be some bigger company that could afford that.
And they got all these billionaires and and multi-millionaires money that's investing for him. That's what's fueling tons of stuff.
So you do feel like to wrangle this horse or this bull, back into crypto, I feel like they're the ones right now that are pushing all this big money is coming in, and it's going to keep pushing and pushing till the end of the year.
This is what I was saying. This is why I actually wanted to have this conversation. This is a good segue. I think we're talking about Elon Musk. Elon came out and said that he is not holding any Shiba.
Yeah, he doesn't hold Shiba.
Right? But right after that, he started yelling about what the fuck is this tax plan? Right? Why is he about to?
I'm gonna go to Elon's Twitter.
Yeah, like why is he about to tax us all this goddamn money? Right? And what does that do to the market? That put fear in the market of like, oh, your money, the profits that you're gonna make from the stock market is gonna be taxed heavily. You know what people did? Pulled that shit out of the stock market and put it in something that they can hide. And that's where we see, I think that is a driving force right now behind the growth in SHIB, the growth in the cryptocurrency market, and why everybody claiming that, oh, you know, Shiba is booming, although Elon has stated that he no longer holds any Shiba, or you don't hold any Shiba. So our movement is de-linked from cryptocurrency or from Elon. But in reality, it's still Elon that's spreading all of this news, or that has the headlines about this whole tax plan that's going to tax anybody who's making significant money in the stock market.
I could see, like, as a human species, I could see how we got here. Like, I just see how we got here. Just from the economics point of view, I could see how we got here. And I could see how, if we regulate certain things too early, that we will not be able to move forward.
Yeah, but that argument has been made for a very, like,
no, America. Yeah, I feel like I'm connected to everybody who's ever made that argument, whether it's talking about Roman, whether it was the the Egyptians talking about, like, why are we not planting enough grain, and why are we not feeding this other group, or what I mean? Like, I get it.
Like, as long as we have capitalism, we're gonna have this problem, right? And America is fueled. The West, the world, the people, the more capitalist countries are the ones that's growing rapidly. When you think about Africa right now, and you think about the purest capitalist countries in Africa, it's Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, probably the three most popular countries in Africa, and arguably the three biggest economies in Africa, right? So you're gonna same thing around the world. These big capitalists, United States, China, now Brazil it's been growing rapidly as an emerging economy. You got Mexico, like the countries that's embracing capitalism in its purest forms are the countries that's growing rapidly, that we know about. And
I think Nigeria's ranked 1, South Africa, Egypt, Algeria, Morocco.
For the largest economies?
In Africa, 2019.
Okay. Well, I mean, that would actually make sense. So, because Egypt has a huge and
it's very tiered. It's very
let me see. Largest economy in Africa. I know Ghana is the second largest in West Africa.
Ghana's not on this. Yeah, probably in there, but not on the list.
Oh, it's number 8
now. Oh, I can't see that. I don't have that part.
Let me see. Hold on. What are you looking at? Ghana. Nigeria's number 1.
What is African crypto? African crypto.
So Nigeria just launched its own crypto, by the way, Naira.
Nigeria becomes the first African nation to roll out a digital currency.
Mm-hmm.
This was 2 days ago.
Yep. So yeah.
What's there? Wait. I want to talk about this for a second. Do you know anything about it?
I don't. Anyway, I don't know. I think it's centralized though. I'm not sure.
The
if it's
Central
even
Bank
on
of Nigeria joined the growing list of emerging markets to, betting on digital money to cut transaction costs and boost the participation in formal financial system. Nigeria has become the first country in Africa and the first in the world to introduce a digital currency to their citizens. President Mabudu Buhari said in a televised speech. Okay, well that seems false because Bitcoin, Jesus Christ, but yeah.
It's the first central bank
Called blockchain technology under Nigeria grows.
I don't think it's on a public blockchain. That's the thing. I don't know much about it, but it's controlled by the central bank.
I don't know if it's going to do well.
Yeah.
Because if it's because of the rapid okay, I'm probably false for making this statement and correct me because I know I'm wrong. But I feel like the reason why Africa didn't get to move forward was because of the corruption, where people would receive money and then the people who needed to receive that money couldn't get it. Now, if there's a centralized system like Nigeria doing this is no different from America. Like, okay, let's say you're American, right? And and America says we're going to start a digital currency, right? But you owe taxes, right? How do I get that taxes from you?
I mean, we already have a digital currency. Let's just be honest.
What is it?
How often? When was the last time you paid with cash?
Right. I don't even know what cash looks like.
So
if I see some cash, I might smell it.
We're in a digital economy now. It's very easy to.
If I saw some cash right now, I smell it. Oh, is that $100 bill?
A lot of stuff is backed by dollars, but like, I haven't carried cash in a long time. ATM, I imagine the ATM business is like suffering, so like it would be very easy for us to implement an e-dollar and just replace those transactions. It just forces us to use Visa and MasterCard. One thing I know for sure is that if the United States do it, it's going to piggyback on our existing system. We won't replace Visa. We won't replace MasterCard. We won't replace our banks. It will just, the digital currency will be what's held in the bank. Instead of transferring physical money to banks, they'll transfer their maybe they'll store the physical currency in the treasury or something, or wherever they want to store the physical currency, and then just transfer everything else digitally. So I think whatever. It's not gonna. And as far as right now, as far as e-naira, they only minted $1 million.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like that if there's going to be a centralized situation like with a government, they're going to use it to tax you. They're going to use it to take your taxes or try for proof of income. They're going to try to do it in a way that's going to not help. So I feel like what Bitcoin does is it helps the individual make his own money, like without having to be regulated all the time. And I feel like the regulations in our financial system are getting crazy. You know what I mean?
I mean, look, man, let's be honest. This is why I don't mind regulation, because all money starts and ends at the central banks, right? Like $1 pushed out from when a $2 trillion stimulus package is passed, that is generating 7 times that, $14 trillion, up to $14 trillion in spending.
Yeah, but it's also making the inflation crazy.
But that's how all money starts.
Inflationary?
All money started with the government.
It all starts inflationary?
Absolutely, all money starts with the government.
I said inflationary.
I mean,
because that's what's happening. Like right now, the reason why Elon becoming a trillionaire is not far-fetched is because if he becomes a trillionaire, it's just because we printed that much money.
No, exactly. But also, it could come from China, China investments or Japanese investments.
Yeah,
And
it's gonna
et
be
cetera.
from America overprinting money, and we are on an overprinting spree.
So this is the problem, right? The traditional, like we have an inflationary management treasury now. Our entire economic framework is about inflationary management.
No,
But
I get that, but right
when you say
now,
inflation, no, but when you say inflation, you're not just because I give you $1 doesn't mean that I print $1 and give it to you. That's actually spending. Doesn't mean it's going to automatically inflate the prices of other things.
right,
There's a
right.
few economic drivers. Traditionally,
Well,
inflation has been driven by a few economic drivers. Inflation isn't an automatic thing. It's the response of the market.
it goes to the cost of living. So the cost of living.
That's not the inflationary drivers, though.
Well,
Your
this
cost
is
of
what
living-
I'm seeing. Like I've seen it in McDonald's and all these other places saying, "Oh, we're gonna give you $15 an hour."
No, but that's not the inflationary driver. The inflationary driver has nothing to do with unemployment. The traditional inflationary drivers has been housing, right? Commercial housing, real estate, oil. There's companies, there's industries that raise their price to push up inflation in response to printing. If these industries didn't raise their price, then we'll be in an entirely different market. That's the problem that we have with OPEC. OPEC was like, oh, you're going to print money? Cool, we're going to raise our prices to capture more of it. That's what we see in inflation. Those are inflationary drivers. It's a huge capitalism thing. Let me see inflationary drivers, and I think actually real estate now is becoming one of those inflationary drivers more than it used to be. It used to be like oil and gas. Like oil and gas was like the number one thing. Inflation was happening because oil companies was jacking up their prices, or you'll see Saudi Arabia jack up their prices and then reduce their output. Right? Because they say, cool, we're going to keep it in the ground and save some money, and we can still be super profitable by increasing our prices and capture some of the new money that hit the market. Right? Without outputting supply. Let's imagine you have let's say you have 10 cars,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have 10 cars, and you have this one buyer who says, I'm going to spend, and the guy has, $10, right? He says, I want to buy 10 of your cars for $10, but you're the only buyer. You're the only person with 10 cars. You can say, you know what? You can't afford my cars because I would now want $1.10 for each of my cars,
Right.
instead of $1 each. So now I can give you 9 cars for $9.90,
And I get to keep a car.
and then you get to keep a car, but you still make basically the same amount of money. That's what inflation is. It's driven by big companies that control so much of what's in the ground and resources. But you got to remember, we are in a trade war. Everyone keeps acting like this trade war. We are still in the trade war with China.
What's that mean? What does that mean?
So a trade war is probably a little more deadly. It's probably more. So Trump started the trade war with China. We start taxing Chinese goods. Yes, he literally announced it. Trade war with China. Like, it's been going on. I mean, I think it was the first year. All this anti-China rhetoric was the trade war.
Right.
And so basically, let me see. Apparently, when did it actually officially launch? Phase 1 of the trade deal, January 2020, right? It started in 2000. He announced January 2018. He announced the tariffs on solar panels and washing machines, right? That was $1 billion came from China, right? He announced a 3% tax tariff on steel coming from China. He announced he tried to get like $50 billion worth of goods sanctioned. Another 128 products that was imported in America: aluminum, airplanes, cars, pork, soybean, 25% tariff. Fruits, nuts, steel pipe, 15% tariff.
Right.
The goal of the trade war is to stimulate local production while decreasing imports. So preventing our reliance on China by making it more expensive to ship from China or to import from China than to buy locally. In response, that only works if you invest locally as well. So if you say we're going to stop importing Chinese parts, we need a place to source it from in America. Right? So if you can't just say I'm no longer buying Chinese tires if tires isn't available in America, right? What's going to happen to those tires that's available? The price is going to go up. Right? That's what we're dealing with. And everyone's blaming inflation, but in reality, we're dealing with it's expensive to pull things over from China. And then you know what China did? They started buying up all the containers. Like they're beasts. They're like, we got a shipping problems coming, logistic problems coming to America. It's because China, the Chinese companies backed by the Chinese government and backed by Chinese government loans have literally bought up tons and tons and tons of container to prepare for holidays. And they're like, you know what? Cool, whatever. We're gonna play the game that you guys play. All this shit ships through China anyhow. You know, it used to be $2,000-$3,000 to get a container from China. Now it's $15,000-$20,000 to get a container from China. That's the shipping costs. So so we're in this trade war, and we're like, Biden is putting another $2 trillion in there. It has very little to do with Biden putting $2 trillion. When we go into the grocery store, we see an increase in price. Is because we've been sourcing so much shit from China, and we have not been able to replace it yet. And the local consumers, there's a demand on the market now, and we're not able to get stuff affordably from China anymore. Right. And so they like, cool, we're gonna put the price up. But anyhow, that's my basic analysis of what's happening in the trade war.
Got it. No, it makes sense. From your perspective, it makes sense. From my perspective, put more money into crypto.
Yeah, that's what
get yourself away from the inflation, get yourself away from the trade wars, get yourself away from all this shit. And I feel like once we get ourselves on a more equal plane when it comes financially, where people are like, instead of us dealing country to country, when we're dealing with wealth to wealth, like, individuals that are wealthy over here versus individuals wealthy over there, being able to talk and trade together. I think that it's going to be a couple generations, and we're going to be moving away from the government control of financials, and we're going to be moving into like, we have our own economy here that's separate from your economy. So like there's your economy over here, and then there's WhatsApp. There's your economy over here, and then there's Facebook. And you're going to try to regulate this, and we're going to block you from regulating this, and you're going to realize you had no chance of stopping us. We were on a big push in a different direction, crypto wise.
That's the greatest thing about decentralized stuff, right?
It makes it so that you can't touch it.
Think of a crowd. Think of the Million Man March, right? If that crowd went wild, there's absolutely nothing that can control that crowd. No matter what you do, when you have so many people united around one thing, there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Yeah, you can't stop it. It's like that's how changes always happened.
Yeah.
It's just like we're just like, fuck that. And I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
That was Arab Spring that changed the entire Middle East, that's what happened. That's why Trump was elected. You gotta remember, that's why he was elected. He touched so many people, and he was like, you can't stop it. The Republican Party was like, nah.
I vote for him now.
The Republican Party wouldn't touch that dude with a 10-foot pole until they realized, like, oh shit.
I vote for him now. There better not be a bad. If there's a weak Democrat, I'm done. I'm not voting weak ever again. I'm not voting weak ever again.
You know what your homies in Chi-Town say? Vote blue no matter who.
Yeah, that's cool.
I used to be like, dude, like
Who
that's
who are you?
that's the most retarded thing ever.
We
I've
have
never
some
voted
we
red.
I think that
I've
there
never
has to
voted
be a
red.
massive
I vote
education.
green before
Yeah.
I vote
What I'm
red.
saying is there needs to be a massive education on how like with what we're doing with crypto and talking crypto, that's one direction. There's one, that's changing our attitude in the right direction. Like if you're only thinking about colors and politics like that, like red or blue, then you missed the point. You lost. You're
Oh,
lost.
that would be an amazing e-learning program.
How to start your
Like
own green?
no, all political education, voting correctly. Like forget red and blue. Just it's sad that most Americans still don't understand the way government works.
Yeah, it's
Right?
ridiculous. And
Like
it's good for
even on
them.
paper,
It's good for the
even on
lobbyists.
paper, even on paper, you understand how government works. You still don't understand how government works.
I have no clue
Because
how government works.
I mean, like when we look at how it actually works,
All I see is like a big old building. This is how I know that government is present. There's a big old colonial style, humongous building made out of stone and pillars. And yeah, I'd be like, oh yeah, there's probably some laws getting passed there. Nobody builds that for no reason.
it's probably what?
The laws getting passed there. Nobody builds that for no reason. Like they build like they're everything. Like you go to city, you see the same type of city hall, the same type of city center. You go to a capital of a build. If you go to capital of Wyoming, you're gonna see a similar building that you see in the capital of Washington D.C. Like they're all gonna look similar. They have like the courthouse in Milwaukee looks reminiscent of the White House. You know what I mean? Like everything looks like they have this uniformity, and yeah, I'm not about it anymore. Like I'm really interested in moving into either get me away from government where I just do whatever the hell you tell me to do, and hopefully I make enough money where it doesn't affect my life, or things have to change. And I feel like I get put in that position. There's a lot of people who get in that position where they're just so comfortable with, I'm going to pay this amount of money. Like I know people that will never leave their apartment. To them, that is the top. That's what they're going to do with their life. They're going to live in this apartment building. It's because they bought the system. They bought the system. They believe in the system. They fight for the system. They do whatever they can to be in this system. And now they're going to live in an apartment for the rest of their life.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They're never gonna break out, and they're never gonna go see past. They're also gonna get landlocked. They're gonna get landlocked into. Do you know how many people die within 15 miles of where they were born?
Probably most.
Yeah, probably most. There's a lot of people who literally never leave the city that they're from unless they're going on vacation.
And a lot of people don't even do that.
Yeah, they'll leave out of state for one thing.
Retirement.
Yeah, and then they'll come back and eventually they'll be in a state sale.
Vacation days mean sitting at home and watching Netflix.
Yeah, and then there's what is it? Retirement homes.
Right.
Like I don't understand retirement homes. Like
why aren't you on the beaches of Costa Rica?
no, why are you not with your family?
Right. Yeah, that's an American thing. That's a Western thing.
Like why are you not with your family?
Like,
It's a good thing because I have to go back to work. I'm always I live in a middle class community, and I'm always around all these people, and I talk to them about like child rendering and all that stuff, and like the way that they think literally is like, I can't wait to stick my kids in the daycare.
Right.
I was like, why would you want to put your kids into daycare? Like, why would you ever want somebody else to have no, they read them books. I'm like, no, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, why would you not carve out the time to read books to your children?
Right.
Why are you not carving out the time to build? Like, the reason why these kids are weird, and I'm noticing, like, especially where I'm at in this part of the suburb, I'm noticing the kids are like weird because their parents don't talk to them ever. They wake up in the morning, they get shipped off to a school. By the time they get back, they're to fend for themselves for a meal. Eventually the parents come back, and then they talk for like all of 5 minutes. They get put to bed and they start the whole process again. And then on the weekends, they do some family function like sports or something. But there's never no real quality time being invested into the kids. And this is what I'm noticing. I'm like, so the kids talk to me and I talk to them. And you see, I can literally see it in their face. I'm the first person to actually talk to them. Everybody else has just been like, here, go in this box, go in that box, go in this box, go in that box, go to sleep. Wake up. Go in this box, go in that box, go to this box, go in that box, go to sleep. Wake up. Like, I feel like it's that system, and I could see it at play. And then all the parents are like, how are you able to talk to everybody? All the kids talk to me. The whole neighborhood of kids respond. If I say stop moving, the whole neighborhood of kids stop moving. And all the parents are like, how are you doing this? I'm like, I talk to them. I'm telling all of them, invest in crypto.
Are we still live right now?
Hell yeah. I'm telling all of them to go invest in the crypto.
Where's it at? I don't see it's on the page.
It's on, I got it on YouTube. I'm just going to transfer it from YouTube back to Facebook because it was glitchy.
No, keep it. It's on the, okay. All right, yeah, so that's what's up, man.
I'm telling all the kids, invest in crypto. It's all about crypto. Like, that's what's going to get them to think differently. That's the only way. Like, I don't think that anything, like, the way that the system is set up, our education system is not set up properly. Like, we need such an overhaul to actually push the whole, like, what crypto does, and this is the reason why I like crypto so much, is because what crypto does, it literally says, this system is not working, do it better. You know what I mean? That's all it's saying. Mm-hmm. The system that you have working, the centralized government system, the centralized bank, the centralized, it's not working for the people. You lose if you take your money and put it into a bank, you are essentially dooming yourself to never get above 3% gain over a lifetime.
Right.
You're never going to win. You can't win with a bank. You can't. Right. They could, if a banker chose if you could get a house or not, you ain't winning. If a banker chose if you could get a car or not, you're not winning.
Right.
You know, if a bank says your history with this, like, okay, so let's take the credit card thing for a second. So the credit card goes, this is your credit score. But it takes nothing into account from what you're actually holding, what you're actually doing. Like, it doesn't take it. Like, you can't even collateral into a car.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't collateral. You can't be like, well, I'm going to buy a car. Can I put this up for collateral? They're like, no. We'll give you an amazing deal, though, on this loan to keep you in the system. And we're going to be judging you whether you pay it off every month. How crazy is that?
Yeah. Oh, well, so here's the deal. So there's companies now that's trying to get around that. That's qualifying it. So like they'll connect to your bank account, and see what your banking activity was, and then approve you based on that.
That's even weirder. But I get it. But that's the right direction.
That's better than like, okay.
It's the right direction.
It's the right. Yes, exactly. It's the right.
It's in the right direction. Because what they're doing with crypto now is you're able to take your holdings and borrow off of them. And it's straight up collateral. Now, but,
it should be, yeah.
But now, okay, now you're taking that like as in, you know, how do I say this? Ethereum, Bitcoin. But imagine if you are able to place value in crypto off of your assets in real life. So there's companies that will be like, oh, you have that car. We'll take that car for this amount of crypto. And now you'll be able to use your car as collateral to buy other things.
Right.
That's the direction I feel like we need to go, because I feel like when we buy like Apple phones and we buy all this stuff, like we lose so much value in the consumables. We lose value in our computers and our cell phones and all that stuff. And
so they're all depreciating assets.
Yeah, but if we had like a proof of there are companies that were literally saying you own this product, this is your serial number, we can now give you a certain amount of value to that phone right now. And you could use your asset for collateral.
That's the cell phone industry needs to be the one that be disrupted the most. Like it's been old. It's old. It's like I think the cell phone industry.
Apple did it.
I don't know. They didn't. They didn't.
No, they were literally not in the game ever, and then they came in.
Well, I mean, they didn't disrupt it though.
They disrupted it. They changed after Apple, after the iPhone dropped. Everything changed.
Do you go rent vehicles from Blockbuster? Do you go rent movies from Blockbuster?
Rent movies from vehicles, no. But
you go rent movies from Blockbuster?
Yeah, I did.
That's disruption.
Right.
Right. Do you go?
So you sound like car share.
Huh?
Like car share.
When was the last time you used a taxi?
I've owned my own car.
When was the last time you used a taxi?
I don't even remember.
Right. When was the last time you used Uber?
When me and Magdalene got married, we took a taxi.
When was the last time you used Uber?
Maybe like 2 years ago.
All right. Uber is disrupting taxis. That's a dying industry.
Right. Well, why is taxi? Because it's the way that they're regulated.
No, taxis. The problem with taxis is that there was a problem, right?
The medallion.
People always complained about the taxi driver taking the long way around. People who wanted a ride to work needed to get to work on time.
Taxis weren't getting. I never had a problem with a taxi. Taxis
running the meter. That was always the issue. That was always a complaint that people had. There was always a complaint.
Right.
Not showing up on time, being rude. Right.
Oh, not having accountability.
Yeah. So in
Uber, you have accountability.
In reality, to get a taxi on time, you call, and you're like, all right, we'll be.
Taxis would straight up not dispatch to the hood.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember I waited like an hour and a half.
It was a big problem.
For a taxi. I had to they had to get to know me. I lost you, Don.
I know.
Oh, you lost your camera. But you're still there. Good. So, yeah. Anyways, back to crypto. Invest in the crypto. Stay invested. The market's doing great. It's up 4%, which is insane. And yeah, I'm ready to shave some more profit off.
Yeah. Let's keep this tax bill rhetoric going. Let's keep pumping this price up.
Yeah, I'm with it. I think that's only going to last to the end of the year. I think that what's going to happen, this is